Rattling Cages. What's up, everybody? I'm Spencer. This is Jamie, and together we are Rattling Cages. We are back after a long break. Jamie's been out of town. I've been busy as all get out. But here we are, back in the saddle again, ladies and gentlemen, ready to go after this. We're back from our break just in time for the Cup Series break. How about that?
I like that. I like you give them a little bit of time to think about maybe repaving Bristol or making it 50-degree banking or something because that
Oh
place
my
sucked.
God! Or what did Kyle Petty say about Martinsville? Just plug it up, fill it up with water, and do stadium bass fishing.
Something like that. I mean, I
Yeah,
we got back in town and I was like, "Ooh, I want to watch the Bristol replay."
no, you
And
don't.
there was no highlights. There was nothing to watch. They showed like pit stops, and I
Yep.
was like, "What a waste."
Yeah, it was. It was rough. So apparently, during practice, it was 15 degrees cooler, and they were cording tires in 40 laps.
Awesome.
Cording tires in 40 laps. And then they
Just so
get to the
everyone knows,
race,
a
it
lap is
warms
only
up,
like
and
10
they go
seconds.
130 laps.
God dang.
I don't know what just fell. We got a ghost joining us live today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring him in. Some just went
Just so
crashing.
everybody knows, 40 laps at Bristol is nothing.
Right, at all.
That,
And they were
that's
cording tires. And then they get there on the next day and like they can run all day with them. That is wild to me that there's that much difference over 15 degrees on the track.
yeah.
Absolutely insane.
I'm just
But
saying.
before we get into that, let's talk a little Cars Tour. We don't get to talk very much
Oh yeah.
ZMAX Cars Tour, but I got to go down to Cordele. That's as far as those boys get away from North Carolina. That is very much a regional form of stock car racing. But got to go down there and see Dale Jr. and got some cool stuff. So first off, Chase Elliott hat has a nice new signature with it. Super pumped about that. I was hoping he would sign it right up in here. But I don't know. I'm assuming experience told him that these little grooves probably weren't going to make it happen. So he signed the corner, but I was like, I made it clear. I was like, you can sign above Chase. Like, let's be very clear about this, Dale. There are not many people who would be allowed to do that, but you are one of them. Hell, he could have signed over the top of it. Then we got
Yeah. An incredible experience for you, jackass.
the 2002 Impala. Got it signed. Looking real nice in its case now. Real excited about that one. The guys I was in line with knew exactly what year. He's like, let me see that thing. I was like, I think it's 2001. He's like, no, this is 2002. You can tell the cars are exactly the same. The sponsorships, except the this one right here on the back. I was like, ah, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I was like, is this the short track package? Is this the? Then on top of
My
that,
heart,
we got
my heart is broken.
the signed little poster that he's got. You know, he just had these sitting out there. So the way they do it in the Cars Tour, they're all sitting out there. Just a huge autograph line after qualifying, which was really cool. And so we got a couple of these. We got the car signed. I got the hat signed. Bo got his hearing protection signed. So now whenever he goes to the NASCAR races, he's got um I think Connor Hall was the other one. I don't remember who else. Or it may have been Landon Huffman. Regardless, he's got some cool signatures on there.
It's
But
not the
yeah,
guy that
we've
missed the
got.
shift, was it?
Say what?
It's not the guy that missed the shift, was it?
It was not. I think his racing career is over. No.
Well, I mean, it's understandable because listening to Dale Jr. break it down, their transition to shift is like a 10 to 12 inch shift. Whereas in the
Yup.
Cup cars, it's like a short little bump, and you have shifted gears.
Right.
And he had told him, he wasn't mad. He was disappointed, but he just said, look, going up to the restarts, practice those 10, 12-inch shifts so you're ready for it.
Just put that thing in neutral.
Yeah.
He's like, I do it every time. I just practice going down.
Damn,
So,
son.
old Minnie Tyrell, he was the one that was, he and Connor Hall battled it out all night. He was a good racer. That was fun to see. But, I mean, look at this stack. So you never know who's going to be. Where's some of the ones I've got in here?
I'm just trying not to cry over here.
Ha! So there's a couple that I was really pumped to get. So, Connor Hall, pumped about that. We're going to see him in the series soon.
Very soon.
Then let's see what else we got. Oh, here's my favorite. For real. So Keelan Harvick and
Oh my gosh.
look how he signs.
It's like he just signed his 3rd grade history paper.
Cause I mean look at him.
He's a boy.
He's a baby. He's a 13-year-old kid running around in a 3,000-pound stock car, giving them hell. I mean, that was cool to see. What do we got? Carson Ware. Where's yeah, Tristan McKee. He ran in the Spire Motorsports car.
I never heard of him.
Neither had I, but I think he's gonna be pretty good.
That ain't even his name.
Tristan McKee.
Hold that back up. Hold it back up.
Oh shit! It does not look like that's how he signed his name, is it?
That's like Ricky Millen. Ricky Miller. What grade are these kids in?
I never even saw that. My gosh. My gosh. That's hilarious.
It gave you a fake autograph.
It was fun seeing them in line. They were all cutting up. It was a good time. Then I got for Ava, Laney Bice. She had little hair ribbons with it. So Ava's got a little Laney Bice hair ribbon to go with it in her hair. She thought it was great. She was confused. But yeah, it was great. What else? We got anything else good? I don't know, but it was a blast. That track, I cannot speak enough about their setup. So like I can't wait to just go down. Like yeah, when they run down there, Southern Nationals, I think. When they run that, we'll definitely go down there. Excuse me, but they've got this beautiful camping site, camping setup, probably space for like 20 right on this bass lake, or it looks like a bass lake, I'm assuming. I would hope there are. There was somebody fishing when we pulled up. But everything, brand new paint. The facilities were wonderful. Track looked great. The drivers had nothing but good things to say about the track. And again, I'd never been down there, which is kind of embarrassing, just being an hour south of here. But the corners don't have walls. So at one point, old boy ran off, and all there is between the track and the watermelon patch, which that's what all Cordial stuff, all their advertising is all watermelon. But there's just like this little, it's really a ditch. It's always full, but they called it a creek. And at one point, old boy got down there right beside the creek. Tow truck went down. First off, the drone came out, was like hovering above him, like looking down. So it looked wild, just this race car sitting in the middle of a field. But then he yanked him out, and here he comes, popped back up on the track, and got back in line.
He got a top 10.
Yeah, he did. That was cool to see.
That was why Ross was so pissed off Sunday morning. His crops got damaged.
Yep, that's it. Damn watermelons. But I did see, it came across my Facebook page. I can't recall the guy's name, but the guy that really came in there and did a lot of great things with the owner is parting ways to
Saw
just
that.
work with whatever their tour is for. I guess it's modifieds. So he's gonna go run that full time. But it was awesome. They had the Legends cars and the Bandoleros that ran beforehand. One of the Bandos flipped. Yeah, I caught the inside wall and flipped.
Wow.
The guy we were in line at the concession stand at the time, and a good old boy from down that way had his son. His son was like 7. He was giving us a lowdown on all that, and he's like, "Yeah, they flip all the time. They just catch that inside wall and they go to flipping." I'm like, "Golly!"
All right.
But so apparently, there's new rules now where you can't even get into a Legends car until you're 13.
I'm
So
qualified.
yeah, well, for sure on that. But just to think about old Keelan being there at 13, he got grandfathered in somehow. I guess when your dad's Kevin Harvick, you get a lot of things. But got to
Yeah.
run that uh, pro stock and qualified on the pole. First race, I believe that's his first race in a modified, or excuse me, stock car,
It's pretty
and he
impressive.
qualifies on the pole.
Pretty damn impressive.
That was. I enjoyed watching it. But yeah, there were a lot of cautions, man. That I mean, you heard Dale talk about it. They that's the one thing that they got to do a little bit better is get people out of there a little quicker. Like we left at 10:30, and I mean they were 40 laps in to the main event at 10:30.
Yeah. Yeah, he did point that out that they're gonna work on that, and he did about it from a business perspective, from the grand scheme of things, and which is cool. I like that. But do you have any other gifts from the race? You have anything for
Yeah,
me?
man, I do.
You have
So
anything for me since I
I
was
couldn't leave
countries
without getting you
away?
anything.
Come on now.
So
I was bleeding my heart out.
in the Bahamas, you were bleeding your heart out. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we got
Oh,
little Dale Earnhardt Jr. action right there. The old, well, that's not an Impala. That's his Xfinity car.
that's cool.
The hell yeah, man! I couldn't leave without getting you something.
Man, I bet they had so much of his merchandise there. I probably would have went broke.
So they didn't.
What?
His hauler is up in Bristol, right? Like
Oh
while
no.
they were running, his hauler was up in Bristol, his big one. So they had one rack of these T-shirts, one rack. So I got there, I got you that one, and I got the very last. This was the very last medium that they had.
What size you give me?
A large.
God dang.
You know where a
I mean,
large?
I wore a large 5 weeks ago. I dropped 13 pounds.
Oh wow.
I mean, my working season has started, sir.
So I wear medium, but I always like my stuff to fit a little tighter. So I always feel like people my size like look at me and they're like, "Really, you wear a medium?" Huh.
Yeah, I
Well,
was almost
I couldn't
170.
have got you a medium if I wanted to.
I was almost 173. I was 159 when we left for our cruise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Summer's
I
not
told
even
you.
here yet either, so I'll
I
probably be in the
heard
mid to
that.
low 150s.
Man, I'm looking forward to the summertime, getting to do a little bit more exercise. They've got me so tied up at work. I'm just pushing pencils at this point. Is
Yeah, but
that
you're
the
very
word?
important. Your Spencer is a special needs teacher, okay? He's doing God's work.
That's right. We have been playing soccer lately for PE, and that has been an absolute blast. I've had so much fun getting out there and playing with those kids. And then I was disappointed not to get to play softball today.
Why'd they
But
cancel it?
not enough people.
So what?
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, boys, just stick me in center field. Let's go. Like, Because that's always my mentality. That's just more at bats for me, right?
Yep.
But we'll try it again on Monday, I suppose. But
Well,
yeah, that
thanks,
was our
buddy.
trip
It's
down
good.
to Cordele. It was a great time. And yeah, so playing softball with the church down there at Rock Springs. Shout out Rock Springs. We're having we got 2 Easter services this week. If anybody's in the Macon or Milner area, come see us on Sunday. Be a good time.
Sunday, I will be relaxing at the house. We're gonna be doing some gardening, and then I'm getting the finishing touches Monday. So all the surround sound speakers for the gazebo will be here tomorrow. I'm gonna get those up and wired in the next couple days.
Talladega.
I gotta go get the 50-inch TV and the mount to be put up, and the power is going to be run to the gazebo on Monday morning.
Let's go.
And then Sunday it'll be Stogies and bourbon out by the pool watching Talladega,
That's
louder than
right.
we can possibly imagine.
We'll have to go live for a little while.
Oh gosh, yes.
Is the pool clean?
Yeah, it will be clean.
Well,
He's
that's
coming
what
tomorrow.
So Saturday, I'm hoping, I don't know this for sure, but I'm really hoping to go play some golf tomorrow. That would be cool. Get out of school,
Man, I
go.
don't ever go play golf when I have nothing to do, but I usually have not.
I was
I have
about to
very
say,
few
when
days.
is that?
Yeah.
Tell me when those times are. We'll plan it. And we do
gosh.
need to find a good event to go play this summer.
Well, what is? Wait a minute. What was that member guest? I think it was May, but I have a
I
disc golf
thought we
tournament.
decided I couldn't make it to that one. I thought that
You
was
have good.
graduation weekend, and you said I couldn't miss around.
I have 4 disc golf tournaments in a row in my on for May. May 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st.
Is one of those up this way?
Yeah, the Claystone tournament, Mayhem something.
Yeah, I'll be there. My hack of an arm will be playing. That's for
Hey,
sure.
you tied my score.
I did. I was 10 down, and that was 2 weeks ago. The last time I played.
No, you beat me then. I was 9.
Yeah, must have been some wind involved, huh?
But the trophy was the coolest trophy I've ever gotten there.
Out there at Claystone. Oh, I saw those.
Yeah, it was like a 1960s ski that he
Yeah,
cut in half and put little shark bite marks in it.
that was cool. That was
Pretty cool.
awesome. Tony gave me one of those bumper stickers. Did
Oh, okay.
is Tony who made the trophies?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Tony does great work.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
love
my
Tony.
favorite trophies are from that tournament.
Oh
They really
yeah.
are. Like I've
Yep.
got the sailboat one, got a couple sailboats,
Let's
and
get
then
some
one
light.
that's like that tower basket. I'm trying to look around. I think I took mine in.
Yeah, this is my trophy room is all in here. Yeah, the tower basket I got for second place. I got the big 2 swords and the shield for the first place throw at the stone.
That's throw at the stone, yeah.
And then I
That's
got
a
the
little bit
sword and
bigger
the
of an event.
stone for the throw at the stone. And then I got this sailboat looking thing. This was
Yep,
10th
I've got
annual
that one.
Sailing Open.
Most of mine are from doubles. I always end up in that range where like I'm paired with somebody who's serviceable. So together in the dubs we can shred. I've won that one a couple times. But
Yeah, check
let's
out one of
see.
these guys right here.
Oh man, you've got those in?
Yeah.
What molds are they on?
Dude, you would throw. So I got the river, both dynamic discs. I got the river and the escape. The
I
river
love the
is
river.
it's a 7 glide.
Yeah.
It just
It,
keeps going higher and higher in the air. And this escape, I threw like 470 feet. It's a fairway
wow.
driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those rivers, man, you just put those about 45 degrees of of hyzer and let those things flip and just glide for days.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I threw one of those things. It. I threw it into a headwind and it just kept lifting. And I
Yup,
was like, when is that going to come out of the sky?
not never. Some say it's still there today.
Never to
Speaking
be seen
of,
by human eyes again.
yep, that's where did I describe my golf shot as that? I don't remember, but yep, that describes my golf game a lot of days.
Let's talk a little Bristol. Bristol Motor
Let's do
Speedway.
it, man.
What a shit show that was.
So, well, all right. I feel like it's
Shit
been
show.
shat on all week long,
It's a shit show.
and I got a little bit different angle to take on it.
No
So,
way.
to me, this is still just an indictment on Fox and their terrible coverage. We're just going to zoom in on the lead driver, and we're going to act like the top 3 or 4 is the only action going on the entire track. Like everybody who was there says that there was really good racing going on other parts of the track. And after watching Martinsville the other week, I tend to agree. Like, now I did not like Chase Elliott was just crap all day. I'd say he was crap. I got some stuff to say on that too. At Bristol, he just was out of it the entire day. But at Martinsville, he had a pretty decent car, and
Mhm.
so I was watching him fight in the back, and there was some really good racing going on from 15th to 20th place. It just happened to be where I was watching. And I mean, every week you look at the Lucky Dog race, whoever's racing to get that lap back, that's always good racing. So there's good racing back there. But I mean, that was just an old fashioned ass whooping by Kyle Larson. And then last week you had an old fashioned ass whooping by William Byron. And then Hamlin lucked up and took it at the end. I mean, he had a really good car. He ran well all day. So to me, I think like I want to see some better racing or some better coverage on Fox's part. And that was one of the things that they were talking about too is like so they're moving the commentators for Xfinity and trucks. They're not even going to be at the track anymore. They're going to be in North Carolina. So they're just going off of what the camera's showing. And even
Right.
Junior was talking about that the other day that was one of the harder things for him when he first got in. He wants to look out the window and comment on what he's seeing. You end up sounding stupid because you're reacting to something that the people at home can't see.
Yeah.
But I heard a really good suggestion. I think it was on DBC. But why not have the commentators talk about what they're seeing and have the cameras react accordingly? You just put it on a little delay, right? Put it on a 20-second delay. You can make that happen easily.
What you're paying them for.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the top level of auto racing broadcasting in the United States. Well, I mean, I suppose Network Fox is showing IndyCar right now, but like 2 people are showing up for that, and that's because they fell asleep during the 11 a.m. news cycle. Like, jeez. So to me, like, I don't know. Let's do a little bit better, boys. And that's the other part too that I think Kevin Harvick was talking about this. When you back out, zoomed in, you don't understand the speed quite as well either. Like,
Yeah.
if you're zoomed in on Kyle Larson running around there, it doesn't really matter if he's doing 120 or 20. It's just, there's a car. I see the car. It's going.
Yep.
That's
He's
about
in
it.
front.
But my God, you want to talk about Bristol with one caution for incident? One in stage one. Just, I
And
mean,
that's just because Shane Van Gisbergen is a road racer. But I mean, it's so
yep.
disappointing because you think of Bristol and you just think of it's about to be action central. You're about to be moving cars.
Don't be something.
You got two lanes, people running up high, people running up low. And I saw more news coverage on how bad Fox was than on how good the race was. And
Oh,
Kyle Larson's comment pretty much summed it up with these next gen cars. You can name the top 5 guys that are going to be up front at every racetrack,
yep.
every weekend, because nobody can do anything.
And all it comes down to is Hendricks and I always say Hendrick and Joe Gibbs. Like they've got the most people, they've got the most money, they've got the most information. And I mean, their book is just too good now. These other teams, they can't compete anymore. Like the cars are too close. Being spec cars, there's nothing to change
Yeah.
as far as what the teams have to do. So I just, I mean, I don't know. I really was with them at first with the whole horsepower thing that we can make good racing, that good racing doesn't have to have 1,000 horsepower, 900 horses. But my God, we've it's a bridge too far at this point. There's not enough horsepower to do anything. You jump out of line and you're going to the back. I mean, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here. You hear guys talk about it all the time. That's the difference between the Xfinity and Cup cars right now. Is the Cup cars are so dependent on that underneath arrow
Mm-hmm.
to go. So then as soon as you get to the leader, you lose it. Like you're done. If you don't have clean air, you lose your car as far as the speed goes. To where in the Xfinity car, you get to the leader, all of a sudden you can manipulate him
Mm-hmm.
because it's what's going over the top that matters there. So all of a sudden you can start to get into his rear because they've got their rear ends higher in the air. You watch that Xfinity race compared to the Cup race, and it looks like their cars are jacked up. Like they're like it looks like that, which they're not. But after you've watched those Cup cars go around over and over again, I mean their rears are glued to the ground.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I hope Talladega saves the season because I could not believe how many empty seats were at that Coliseum. It was I've never seen it so empty.
I think they still outsold last year.
That's
Could be
not
wrong
saying
about
a whole
that.
lot. Last year was
Fifty-seven
an
thousand.
absolute shit show.
But I mean, even 57,000, I'm pretty sure that's less than what we had in Atlanta.
57,000? That sounds like 50% capacity.
Oh, that's like a third. That place
Let, let,
holds almost 160,000 people.
yeah, that's
So it's going to be I don't remember who was talking about this. I watch way too many podcasts before we do ours. But somebody was talking about for the fall Bristol race, it is the week of Georgia, Tennessee in Knoxville. You ain't gonna have nobody at that track from the local area.
right. It holds almost 150,000. So yeah, a
Right.
third. A
Yeah,
third. That's insane.
it is. And it shows. And it's just gonna go down. Cause I mean, like, we at least had the hope that we would see a spring race like what we saw last year. But no, it
Tires.
was just one of
Tires
those.
everywhere. Tires on the walls, tires in the
Yeah.
stands, tire pieces everywhere.
Yeah, they're another 50 laps from having to go back to the Goodyear hauler and start issuing more tires to everybody. I mean, that was awesome to see. Speaking of
But we get
tires, did you see Daniel Suarez's rear tire changer almost get taken out by a loose tire?
I didn't know it was Daniel Suarez, but yes, it was it doesn't look that fast, but that thing was moving at a clip.
Yeah, and they're so big.
I mean,
You
that's
see him look up afterwards, like, what was that? Like he
he
didn't
almost
even know what was coming.
he almost broke your spine, son.
Right? The worst injury ever sustained at Bristol Motor Speedway. Like, my goodness, yeah, that would have been terrible. And I mean, I don't really know what you could do to fix that because, like, the guys in his pit knew what happened. They were all yelling and screaming, but you're on pit road. Like,
Part of Nature of the beast, really.
It is. It really is.
Nature of the
But
beast.
I mean, that's where you got to watch for the action right now. That's the only place you're really gaining or losing ground is right there on pit road.
I think overall it was a bad weekend for NASCAR fans. Cars Tour was a crap show. Too late, too many cautions, cars plowing fields. Bristol was awful.
Yup.
I feel
The
like if
F1 race
Bristol,
wasn't any good.
who
The
watches
winner of
that
the
anyway?
F1 race won by like 10 seconds.
Oh, that's just dandy.
Yeah, I
Let's go
mean,
watch that.
there was no good racing all around. You hope for
I
something.
bet you Abe watched it. I bet he watched the whole thing.
Oh, I watch most of the F1 races these days. What did I not see? Why did I not see the whole thing? What was I doing? I only got to watch like the last 30 laps of this one. No, not even. Last like 10 laps. But by the time I tuned in, like I said, it was a 10-second lead and they were done with their pit stops. I really had some hope for this one. I know you don't care, but it was Bahrain, which is where they did their preseason testing. So, like in theory, this track should have produced a little bit better racing, but instead it did not.
We go
Man,
back to every.
there's even good drama there, man. They like switch their drivers in and out for like not doing good. Oh, Liam Lawson got brought up to the Red Bull to be Max Verstappen's teammate at the beginning of the year. And after 2 races, they yanked his ass and put Yuki
Wow.
Tsunoda in there just because he wasn't
Damn.
performing.
That'll take the old hit to the confidence right there.
Well, okay, so that was one of the most badass things that. So Liam Lawson was asked about that. Like, what does that do to your confidence? He's like, man, like, we're F1 drivers. Like, all 20 of us live in, Monte Carlo. Like, you're not here if you don't just know you're the baddest thing standing. Like, I'm okay. His point was like, it shakes my confidence zero.
Obviously
And he was
not. They
essentially
yanked your
saying
ass
like
out
you
the
have to
car.
be such a cocky SOB to be driving at this level that like it doesn't do anything. I still think I deserve that seat. I do still deserve that seat. I'm just gonna go out and get in this car that I'm in now. Cause they just sent him back to their B team essentially.
Obviously
But I
they
mean,
don't deserve that
essentially,
seat.
the top Red Bull team runs their cars so tight because Max Verstappen is just a freaking machine, and nobody else can drive them. So it's basically like a car designed for this one guy, and everybody else is like, this sucks. No, like there's just example after example of his teammates going on to other teams and doing just fine.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
we
they're
get to
coming
go
to
to one.
Miami. They got Easter weekend off, and then they go to Miami, the Autodrome.
Is that where they put like the fake water?
I don't know.
They went to a
They're
place where they put like fake water around the track.
on the track or around the track.
Around the track, it was like fake
I don't
astroturf
know.
looking water.
Oh,
Well,
I doubt it in Miami. Like, they got
they
water
got the
everywhere in
water.
Miami.
Yeah.
You can't like if it rains, you got standing water everywhere. Like, that's crazy. But
Well,
let's talk about just general thoughts on NASCAR leading up to this point. It's been a I don't know. What are your feelings on the first quarter of the year? We're through quarter one.
it's been pretty disappointing for me. Uh, I want action. I want cars passing each other. I want to see more than 5 drivers fighting for the lead every race. I don't want to see fourth place be 12 seconds behind. I don't want to see 8 cars on the lead lap when the race is over.
Which
Uh,
literally happened last week.
it's it's so dumb. They should go Atlanta, Talladega, Daytona, Atlanta, Talladega, Daytona.
Have you heard the rumors of them Atlantifying another track?
No, but I hope they're true. I hope it's Bristol and the whole thing is like 80 degrees.
That's what I was thinking. So I don't know if this ever happens to you, but sometimes when I'm watching Bristol and they come back and they do the overhead shot, like the whole bowl looks like the racetrack to me.
Yep.
So I'm always like, what if we just put this whole thing on like 45-degree banking and made it a huge, like mile long oval?
Oh
Just
my
take out,
God.
rip out the bottom half of the stands and just make the whole thing a circle where they're just running all out the
Oh my
whole way
God.
around.
We
Forget progressive banking. This is circus banking.
I'd put in my ticket sales.
Yep.
I'd buy my ticket. Golly.
But the only
Yeah.
problem with them Atlanta, Kansas is the leading candidate for what people are thinking the rumor is. Which I'm like, we get good racing at Kansas. Why are you going to mess something good up? Do it to Texas because they think it's probably going to be an SMI track. NASCAR
Right.
said that they're not going to do it. Do it to Texas. Do it to Vegas. Oh my God, do it to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's I don't like Vegas very much,
They're,
but
they're both already very fast, just like Atlanta was. Except for Atlanta had more tire wear, but other than that, um, Vegas has that big dog leg like Charlotte does, don't it?
yep,
Um, I would say Texas if you picked one, and then it'd be
me too.
freaking awesome.
So in a couple years, we're gonna have to go through some Atlanta growing pains, I have a feeling, in a couple years because it's going to lose its super speedway qualities. And if they let it, that's going to be a good thing because
Don't
that's
say
just
that.
going to mean that there's more handling involved. But they're going to have to take the restrictor plate off.
Don't say that.
And I'm just saying NASCAR's going to take forever to do it. They're just going to keep slowing those cars down. You watch the lap times over the next. I like to believe what Denny said. Denny said he thinks it's got another couple years before it really peaks. But man, the difference when I went to that fall race from when we had been there in February was huge. Like there's a seam coming out of turn 4 where they were getting squirrely just running by themselves. And then like we saw it took a lot of handling. I mean again,
Mhm.
it's what we want our super speedways to be. It took some handling, it took a talented driver to get around there. But my fear is that it's going to get to the point where they just need to take the damn restrictor plate off and NASCAR is going to drag their feet.
Drag those feet, baby. Drag those feet. Keep my pack racing, or I'm going somewhere else.
Oh my God, not if they're running 140 miles an hour.
I mean, as long as they're in a pack, I'll be cool. But yes, I want to
Oh
see.
my
I want.
God.
I want to see 200. I want to see 1,000 horsepower. I want to be picking pieces of tire out of my ear from the upper deck.
I love that. Yes. But let them race. Don't let them slow down and slow down and slow down. I mean, it's anyways, we won't talk ugly. Like let's not talk ugly about a good thing that we have right now, right?
Yeah, yeah. Don't do that.
Cuz it's an amazing thing right now.
We don't have many nice things right now, but Atlanta is still the hottest ticket on the market.
Yep. Oh, Elton Sawyer talking out the side of his neck talking about we've got great super speedway racing right now. It's like, brother, what super speedways have you been watching? Like, yeah, it's better than a lot. It's better than the short tracks, that's for sure. It's fun to watch, I'll give you that much. But to say we've got great super speedway racing right now, oh my God. All right, so what do we got coming out of the break? We got first off, let's not skip over Rockingham. I'm excited for
Yeah,
Rockingham.
we got the Rock, baby. They just pulled in there yesterday.
Yeah, they did. That's gonna be awesome. I'd love to get over there one day. I mean, clearly, like Easter weekend is not the best time to take a little road trip. But
No,
yeah, I think Rockingham. I miss some of those old tracks.
I personally don't think they should be racing on Easter weekend, but I think that I think that track's going to provide some really good racing because we got the trucks and Xfinity there, right?
Yep,
Yeah, I think there's going to be
on a fresh repave.
some really good racing there. I'm excited to see that track come back to life. A lot of people have put a lot of work into that track. Um, yeah, I'm excited.
Absolutely. So yeah, that'll be great. Then we get Talladega. I'm really excited about Dega, baby.
Yes. Finally.
That's gonna be wonderful. Let's pack out that little town, see some good racing. I mean, it's a perfect storm. Like people get a week off with this just terrible taste in our mouth, right? We got to stew on how bad Bristol was.
Yeah.
Stew on Martinsville. Martinsville again. I didn't think it was as bad of racing as it was just terrible coverage.
Yeah. I
But
agree.
and then when does coverage change?
Oh man. With the NBC,
Let's see. They go to Prime at some point for a little while.
and I know
Nash.
Carl's joining Dale on NBC's coverage.
That's gonna be great.
I'm excited for that. That's going to be good for everyone.
It really is. And then when for the All Star race, the Cars Tour is racing that Saturday, or they're racing right before the All Star race, rather. And Junior and Kevin Harvick, I believe, are going to commentate that, and
Nice.
I think that's going to be a sweet pairing. All right, let's see. So we have to stick with Fox Sports through May. Oh, Atlanta is the week that it goes to Prime. There's like 2 or 3 weeks when they're on Prime, Amazon Prime. So I was pretty pumped because, well, I have Amazon Prime, but I don't know if you do. So I was like, well, good.
I
That's
do.
1 week that all right, good. Because in my head, I was like, that's just one less week I have to listen to Jamie bitch about not being able to see the racing. Then we go to TNT for a few weeks. You get TNT.
TNT. Dynamite.
And then in August, we pick up on NBC.
August. Ooh, that's Daytona time. We're going to that. I'm taking Buddy to that race.
All right.
You should come with the
What
kids.
what's the date on that one? That's still in the summer, isn't it? End of July?
Uh, it's usually mid August, mid to late August. I wish they'd bring back it in July because August it sure likes to rain down there.
Yeah, that's fair. What's our summer schedule? What are they racing this summer? I feel like every time I look at the summer races, I'm like, oh, so I can't go to any of them.
August 22nd through 23rd is Daytona.
Let's see. So I don't know if I'm off May 25th or not. Charlotte would be really cool. Charlotte would be awesome. Nashville, yeah, Nashville would be pretty cool. Last year that was the overtime race. Just overtime after overtime after overtime. Stupid Logano won that one.
Yankee.
In Michigan, can't go there.
No.
Mexico City, can't go there.
You can go there, but
Pocono,
you ain't coming back, buddy.
that's right. Sorry, babe. Me and my amigos are calling it quits. Poconos, I don't even think they let us in the Poconos. Then we get to go to Atlanta, but then there's Chicago Street Race,
Hell no.
Sonoma, can't make it out to wine country,
Nope. Not without the
Dover,
wife.
Delaware, Indianapolis, and then Iowa, Watkins Glen. So maybe eventually Abe lets us go to the Glen. That would be a cool one.
Yeah, he will be there.
And then I'm back at school. By the time they come back, so then as soon as I go back to work, they go to Richmond. Could possibly make it to Richmond. Daytona, could definitely make it to Daytona. Darlington, not that far away. Bristol is mid-September, not that far away. Like all the ones that are close by are always while I'm in school, which I guess makes sense. We live in the deep south. We
Deep
don't race
South.
a lot around here in the summertime, but
It's hot.
damn.
It's
Yeah, it
hot.
is. God, I love it in the hot though. That's one thing they were saying. Old Carson was talking about with the Cars tour. Or I mean, they weren't talking about the Cars tour. They were talking about Bristol. But that's what they were saying. Like why don't they just move Bristol up a little bit? And it's like, well, will the fans sit there through 40-degree weather? It's like, well, point one, they didn't sit through it anyways, right? With just 50,000 people in the stands.
Yeah.
But point two, I think, no, I'm not a cold person. I don't know how they do it. But I think I would still rather be freezing my ass off and see good racing than to sit comfortably and watch them parade around in a train.
As long as I can have my shirt off and my chest painted, I'm cool.
Well, I think I've seen them do that in 0-degree weather up there in Abe country. That
Not
ain't
me.
me.
I can't do that. I'd
That
die.
ain't me.
Uh-huh.
Not happening. All right, well, we've run this thing about 45 minutes. Give me how do we want to do this? What do we want to give me your top 3 and your biggest surprise so far. Oh, before we do that, hold on. I got to have my Chase Elliott rant right quick.
Oh boy. Here we go. Put your seatbelts on, everybody.
So, like we were talking the other week and I was defending Alan Gustafson pretty hard. But man, like you would think eventually we're going to make some creative moves, right? Like in Bristol, when all the leaders come down and pit during that last stage, and a few of them, like Blaney, stayed out. Like, why not roll the dice? You've been running 23rd all day long, but you're just going to do what the rest of your team is doing and come in and pit and stay in 23rd for the rest of the day? Like, let's be a little creative because if you stay out, yeah, it didn't work out that way as far as getting a caution, but you're a caution away from being right back in this thing. Instead,
Yeah.
you come in 3 laps after the leaders, which doesn't do any favors to begin with. They're already on 3, like they've already run 3 laps on these fresh tires. You put yourself 2 laps back. Like, let's have a little creativity here. Like, I don't know. To me, I don't think he's racing any different. I think Chase is racing just like he always has. I really want to see Allen get a little aggressive. Somebody needs to get mad over in that camp.
You'd think they'd be mad already.
I haven't seen it. Have you?
I know you're mad.
Yeah, I'm not working on the car.
Fair enough. Well, I mean,
They
they
want
want
to
to
sign me
win.
up. I'll
They
come
want to
over there.
win. God dang.
I'll learn how to spin that jack behind my back.
Or take a tire to it.
That's right. Speaking of, I got to change my brake rotors.
So you
Get
want my
like
top 3 what?
metal shaped.
Talladega people?
I was going with the first quarter. Who's your top 3 power rankings for the first quarter? But let's do that. Give me your Dega picks.
My Dega picks. So I like to pick. I like to pick one favorite, 2 middle pack guys that usually have a good chance, and a sleeper pick.
Yep.
My favorite will be Denny Hamlin. My middle pack guys will be Chris Buescher and Ricky Spinhouse.
Yep.
And then my sleeper pick will be Ty Gibbs.
All right. Ty's had a pretty good couple weeks comparatively.
And Talladega could be a week, one of those people have a good week, and they're the people that also miss all the wrecks.
Yep, that's right. So I'll take a mad Chase Elliott to come on and do the thing as my favorite.
Shocker.
I will copy off Ricky Stenhouse. He's always, I don't even know that you can hardly count him as mid pack. How about
Mid-pack
Bubba
kind
Wallace?
of guy.
Yeah, how
He,
about Bubba Wallace for another mid-pack guy? Toyotas looked really good there in Talladega the other month, last spring, until they all just decided like, wait, right here on the backstretch is where we all go, and it's just like, wee, like they all went to spinning. My God! So I'll take him. And then in the back of the pack, who'd you pick for the back of the pack?
Ty Gibbs.
Let's see.
Michael McDowell would be a solid one.
Oh God, that would. Where does uh where does Josh Berry fall? I don't think he counts as that back of the pack anymore, does he?
I don't know. I don't count him at all, which sounds odd to say.
Well, I'm taking Josh Berry then. Who else am I gonna say? Cody Ware? Like
Hey, if Harrison Burton can win, so can Cody
yeah.
Ware.
Jeez, man. And then let's see, let's get the Xfinity boys back on track. You saw Kyle Larson's comments, right? I'm out there to
Yeah, he wants to
embarrass
make him.
them.
He wants to make him look bad, dude.
He did it.
Let them know how much they have to learn, and I kind of
Yup.
like it. Take them
Me
boys to
too.
school. Let them know that they're not as good as they think they are.
Me too. You and I kind of grew up in that Kyle Busch era when he was just like, oh, he's gonna go win them all again. Okay,
That's when
Kyle's
they
here
called
racing
them.
for second.
They called them bushwhackers back then.
Yep, and he did. I'm gonna race all of them. I'll race the little tricycles if you let me. My gosh. I saw last year Bubba Wallace ran a legend car series in Charlotte. Put it on YouTube. That was pretty fun to watch him do that.
That sounds cool. I want to buy one.
Getting something like that, yes. Sprint car. Look for what did you say we're gonna call the team?
Oh, I don't know. That was Jason.
Ah, but yeah, look for the Rattling Cages team at a racetrack near you as soon as we can scrounge up the money to getting something that goes. We need four
9,500
wheels
bucks.
that go fast. That's it.
Let's
Start a
see. Let's see what.
GoFundMe. It's in there
Let's see. He
somewhere.
said,
Find it. That was pretty good.
this is the car. Look at that. It's for sale. It's a
How much
beauty.
is that one?
$9,500.
Man, I'm telling you, I was finding those modifieds for like $3 grand.
Four buzzards racing. That's what he said.
Four buzzards racing. I love it. My God. Like, who are these old guys that just showed up out of nowhere and don't
With
know
the
what the hell they're doing?
with the pink Legends car. They didn't even have a spare set of tires.
Did you see them try to put front shocks on the back the other day? What were they doing?
Why are they in first?
Yeah, exactly. What was your setup like? I don't know. We just tightened a few things, turned it that way, and we sent Jamie out on the track. That's what we did. We let Jamie run till his back couldn't take anymore. I jumped in, took us some rounds, and hey, look, we got a trophy.
Oh my gosh.
My
Could you
God, they were
imagine?
talking about I don't think it was Rockingham. Hickory. The Cars Tour is going to Hickory, and they're
Mhm.
putting a $50,000 prize to first place. That's pretty big. They were like, everybody come on out. If you've got a car, if you have a stock car, come race. That's basically what he was saying.
You're gonna
He's
see
like,
some
I ain't
cautions
into all
on
this
that day.
heat race nonsense. Like, we'll qualify straight up. He's like, we'll probably have a last chance race to give everybody a good opportunity to get into it. But yeah, $50K. He said on a normal week they're racing for $7,000 to $10,000. And they're
I
just
like
going to
it.
jump into 50,000 at Hickory. That's pretty cool.
Let's throw something together.
Let's do it, man. Hey, $50,000, that'll pay it off. That'll pay us off real quick.
Oh yeah.
Get
Oh,
us a hauler and everything with that.
it's shower time for me, brother.
Yes, sir. I heard
I'm
that. Well,
I'm
we'll get
tired,
together
boss.
and talk about it on Saturday, maybe. Who knows? Y'all see us again soon, though. But it's been a tired night. We've been on here for a while. I'm Spencer. That's Jamie. If we ain't rattled your cage, we'll do it next time. I can guarantee that. Junior! See ya!
Peace.